Yo, what is going on, guys? What do we got here? We got Bedouins, version 2, Bedouins. I don't know how you say it. Basically, what we're looking at is a nomad start. We're going to see MBL and Heart playing versus Fire and Dogao. Pretty damn good set of players for a 2v2. It's going to see a Chinese-Persians mirror here, but the wild card is going to be a nomad start on a map that is incredibly open. Let's just look at the mini-map for a moment. There is just no structure to work with at all. There's really crappy wood lines as well. Players will drop TCs near these ponds to get the shorefish. They can also take a couple of trees early in the game. But really, you have to get to the back edge of the map to get anything of a decent wood line. Tons of food clustered around the map. Looks to me on the mini-map like most of the gold is in the north part of the map. Nobody is TCing that area just yet. Look at all the resources up here. But the closest player nearby, I suppose, will be the green player, Heart. Heart playing as Persians would probably love to crank out some cavalry. He'll have a nice economy as well to work with. But he will be right near Fire, who is also Persians. So those two players can go pretty deep into fighting one another since they're so close. I guess that would be my prediction. Expect some monks, expect some cavalry, maybe some knights, camels, whatever. In the other side of the map, we will see basically Chinese v Chinese. Dogao on the bottom of the map, building his TC, will have some stone nearby to work with. Yeah, maybe. Maybe taking these boars a little bit after the shorefish. Shorefish is the fastest food, but maybe we'll see Dogao grab some stone and build a castle at some point. I don't know. It's way too early to tell, but a little gold on the back for Dogao as well. Notably, on this map, we do not see scouts running around. Players are sheep scouting as best they can, but if you want to go grab more sheep, you have to walk a villager out there, and it's just not worth it at this point in the game for them to do that. MBL is Chinese. He will have a crap load of food near him. Also a really nice stone pile to his north. So both Chinese players can drop a castle and take over a bit of the map. If they want to, I feel like whoever expands to this northern part is going to be Scrooge McDuck. Like super rich on top here. Just tons of gold and stone on that part of the map. Oh boy. That is one sexy corner of the map. But for now, I think we'll speed our way through this. I don't expect these players to do anything in the Dark Age. I do expect them to get frisky in the Feudal Age because of how open this map is. I mean, even if you wanted to just turtle up and defend yourself, how in the heck are you going to do it? Look at the wood line here. This is going to be a mill coming down from Fire. It's kind of a clever mill. You can take more shorefish. But these villagers are so far from the TC, and there's no wood line for them to be able to wall themselves in. So it's really kind of do or die. You need a military, I think, early in this game. That would be my guess. But hey, I'm no expert on this map. Anyway, hopefully you guys are enjoying a couple of different settings in the channel. We're still going to be doing a lot of Arabia games. That's still my favorite way to play, but I'm going to mix in a couple different settings, some Black Forest maybe one of these days, a couple Black Forest matches as well. Dogao coming forward to grab some sheep. He's actually going to send all of those sheep forward to do some more scouting, which is pretty cool if you think about it. This is a weird little bit of a move. He's going to start palisading up and house walling up this area. He can block in this flank of his base, kind of. I mean, maybe you can block that whole flank. I don't know. It's going to be a lot of work. Don't know how much villager time he wants to spend doing that. I mean, it's not just the resource to build the wall. It's basically that you have a villager not gathering food or wood or gold for you for that entire time. Anyway, for the moment, we are working our way through this one at an elevated pace. Obviously, players are going to be pretty close in the villager department. Heart and Fire. Actually, Heart's a little behind. He might have loomed himself up. No, what is going on? Green player here must have had to idle his TC or something. He's a full villager behind Fire at the moment. Actually, like a villain and a half behind Fire. Nonetheless, the two Chinese players, MBL and Dogao, will be out a little bit ahead. A couple extra villagers to start. They can build their TC faster, gather food earlier at a faster rate. No big surprise there. Looks like MBL will also mill one of these ponds to grab shorefish, so that must be a pretty accepted strategy on this map. And yeah, we're just seeing Dogao wall away. Holy sweet Jesus. I guess since Dogao has joined the SY team, he has to be a waller now, right? Want to be a waller? shot caller. He's going to just keep walling up this entire part of the map with 1,000,000,005 palisades. Okay, it's all good. Seems to be working for him. 4 Vils headed over to gold for now. Maybe we'll see Dogao. We'll probably just see him turtle up. I mean, I would think you need a military on this map, but if you've done this much walling, it has to mean that you're not planning to invest a whole lot in military, right? Maybe this is a wall-up fast castle build. Dogao on 22 villagers at the moment. We'll click up. 22 Vils is not... It's not like we're playing Arabia. I mean, you're getting so much free food from these shorefish, and you're getting it so quickly that it's possible we could see the blue player do a somewhat fast castle, even with just 22 Vils. Anyway, MBL is scouting his side of the map pretty nicely. Dogao has just a good idea of his bottom corner. He's been thinking about walling, I guess, all game because he hasn't scouted forward very much. Fire's done some really nice sheep scouting, has found probably some of those resources in the north. Dogao Xing out his corner of the map. Yeah, Fire knows about those resources. MBL has some good scouting, but he doesn't know about that northern part, and neither does the green player here. Fire kind of has a little bit of secret info. Yellow player knows that this northern part of the map is dope. It's dope-alicious. We'll see. Fire at the moment adding in a stable, going to be able to add in a couple of scouts if he wants to, and that will be great if he wants to build knights later on in the game. Blacksmith market coming from MBL. MBL seems to be fast castling his way through here. He's going to have 25 villagers, and he'll click up at a ridiculously early time. Yeah, considering, all things considered. Yeah, so MBL will be up to castle first. Dogao's going to be up relatively soon as well. But I would venture to bet that the difference here is just the lost time that Dogao spent walling himself in. I mean, he's had a villager or two working on these walls for the entire feudal age, and that's going to slow his time down. Dogao is also going to be slowed down by the fact that he doesn't have 2 feudal age buildings. Until this stable is completed, he can't click up, and that's a kind of a big difference. He's going to be probably a full couple of minutes behind MBL clicking up to castle. And that's really a tough situation to be in, especially after walling up and fast castling. The fact that he got beat so badly could be a big problem. MBL is going to have an opportunity to get the jump on his opponent early. Looks like the green player, Heart, is going to grab some stone in the center. Persian player may be thinking about being able to drop a castle and take over some territory. I don't know. 3 Vils on stone rather early. Looks like he will roam forward with some scouts. Oh no, he's not thinking about a castle. He's thinking about a tower push. A couple Vils here on the front just beating the absolute heck out of this house. They're just angry. They're angry. There's a housing crisis right now for Fire. Fire's going to lose that house. No, he's not. Nope. It looks like Heart's not even going to finish the job. But Heart for now will take away one of Fire's woodlines. He will take a fight against the scouts of Fire, but Fire's got a lot of units here. Green player's going to have to go back and be really cautious. Trying to keep his opponent annoyed, but I think for now, the yellow player here is really not that bothered by this. He's got enough spears, he's got enough scouts, and I think he can just walk right in and deny this next tower if he wants to. So I would say for now, Fire's in a safe position. He's going to poke away at a couple of those scouts. These Vils are under pressure, but probably a few of them will make it back to that tower. Yeah, 1 Vil going down there. Very nice. I would give Fire the advantage on this side. I think it's going to be a slow grind out sort of game for that flank, at least for now. But Castle Age in for MBL. He'll be the first one up, adding in a couple lumber camps to the side, going really heavy onto gold. And he is going to go into a monastery and a siege workshop. Not terribly uncommon. I've been seeing this a bit from Chinese as of late, making the monk and siege push, monk and mangonel push. And he's going to be able to walk right through the front door of Dogao's base, adding in a couple of spears. Really going to keep his opponents very honest. Very honest. You can't just send a couple of scouts in that direction. It looks like we will see a town center and a monastery coming now for Dogao. Dogao will also drop a siege workshop, but importantly, he's put a lot of resource into this TC, so he's not even going to be able to build a mangonel right away. He probably will by the time the building's done. Anyway, oh boy, MBL is, okay, he's going to be fine here. Getting out a little over his skis. He's got to be really careful not to lose his monk, Could lose that monk for free if he's not careful. Spear's got to stay close to the monks. This is a really tricky situation. Mangonel shot dead onto the head of a scout. You don't see that very often. MBL will convert a scout. He will push the other one away on 1 HP, and he'll keep rolling in toward Dogao. Has a really nice monk advantage at the moment. Dogao just getting out his first monk and just getting out his first Mangonel. Looks like Fire will roam toward MBL, and he's going to be able to put a little pressure on. MBL's got one spearman here, and he's going to... that spearman's trying to kill the scout in the back. He just walked around and got poked at. MBL will probably... he will certainly lose 2 villagers on the front. So his fast castle build is not going to be... It's not going to be without a little bit of resistance. Looks like as he pushes into Dogao's area, he's going to get hit back at home. Dogao will even get a monk and a mango here on the front. MBL is busy microing back at home. He's going to lose another monk. Oh man, this is a really, really bad situation now. MBL just getting the pants beat off of him at the moment. The reason is that Fire's roaming around in the back of his eco with 7 scouts. That is a ridiculous number of scouts. Fire beat Heart. He neutralized Heart's tower push pretty early on here, and that has basically allowed him to go over and 2v1 MBL on this side. Dogao, what are you doing back at home? You're adding in a 3rd TC for now. No real sign of what units we're going to see later in this game. For the moment, it's just going to be a couple of monks and a little bit of siege for the blue player, probably booming up a bit. He and Fire are way out in front in this game, at least by my approximation. So he's going to boom his eco, maybe go to the Imperial Age at some point in the not-so-distant future and just steamroll his opponent. We'll see. We'll see. Couple of idols on top of the map for MBL. They'll get back to work. Spearman in play, but that's not going to be enough when you're up against 6 scouts. And again, great micro from Fire. That spear is chasing one of these scouts out on the front, and he's just dying for free. Really nice micro from the yellow player who will grab 2 or 3 more vills here maybe. 2 villagers down. Will we see a 3rd? Do I get a 3rd? Can I get a 3rd? We'll get a 3rd and a 4th and a 5th villager down. Oh god. MBL has the lowest villager count even though he fast castled the quickest. Back on the other side, MBL and Heart have joined forces. Looks like we're going to see something dropped here on the front. MBL, what you got? MBL's got 100 stone in the bank. It's going to be a forward siege workshop. So the red player is all in on this push. Fire and Heart both going to Castle Age. Dogao still booming up his eco. He's a full 12 villagers ahead of MBL for now, and he's just happily working his way at building his economy. Needs a little bit more time to truly boom. Ooh, looks like we'll see 1 scout converted, 2 scouts converted there on the front. Tough break for Heart. Going to lose both scouts for free. Mangonel fight on the front. Oh, Mangonel conversion from Dogao. MBL here is really having a tough game so far. Many spears in play for the moment. So Dogao can't just run in there and snipe those monks. But this is not going so great. This is not going so great for MBL. He's invested a ton into this push. And for now, it looks like he's in some hot water. Okay, Fire, what are you up to? You're still roaming around with scouts. Castle Age on the way. Bloodlines on the way. No big surprise there. Going to go into cavalry. Still picking away at villagers. Is going to grab a couple vills here from Heart. Looks like 3 more vills going to go down. Man, those scouts have gotten some really great villager picks. At the moment, we'll see Fire on 40 vills. We'll see Dogao on 55, just booming his way out of this game. Green player is in the Castle Age. He'll add in a couple of knights here and push Fire away for now. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Fire can go ahead and build a camel or 2 if he wants to. If he wants to be really safe. Now he's going to build a couple knights right off the bat. He should be just fine. Heart is just a little bit too far behind to be super scary. But 4 knights coming out with +1 defense and bloodlines. That's not nothing. See if he can do a little damage. Heart at the moment on 38 vills just got absolutely gutted. He and MBL are in a lot of trouble on the villager count side of things. And in the meantime, we will see We will see a bit of a clusterfuck on top of the map. Looks like scouts trying to roam in to snipe those monks. They will eventually grab a couple of them down. Spearman here got converted by the blue player, I think. And he's just going to push MBL's aggression all the way back to Xanadu. Just not going so well right now for MBL. Losing a lot of monks and losing a lot of siege on the front. Dagao's going to just convert this building because he can. Because he's that far ahead. He's just going to go ahead and convert your siege workshop. Maybe even come over and convert your houses after. For the moment, it's looking... Ooh, that's a good mangonel shot from MBL. Can he get one more? Yeah, looks like he will not because he's going to GG out of this game. Fast game, really dominated by Fire and Dogao. I really questioned Dagao's walling. He walled himself in, and it really seemed like a strange decision. But in the end, MBL pushing really hard to get through those walls. Monks and siege on the front just were not able to get enough momentum. And because of that, Dogao was able to push back with a bigger economy and eventually a bigger military. The other side of the map was Heart trying to make a tower push. It was a good idea in theory, but Fire defended it well. These towers took away a bit of stone from Fire, but unfortunately for Heart, there was a nice gold pile and nice stone pile in the back that the yellow player could take. So no amount of towers here were ever really going to threaten that part of the eco. Fire in the end, able to build a couple of camels, able to build a bunch of knights. He was just so far out ahead. Killed several of MBL's Vilswood scouts and killed several of Heart's Vilswood scouts. Just absolutely dominated the game. It's an incredibly open map, and it seems like a unit that is quick, like a scout that can get across the map, is a lot more powerful than units that are slow, like villagers building towers or monks or siege. But, you know, hindsight is 20/20. I did like MBL's push. I think it was a really interesting push on that side. Heart's towers here had the right thing in mind. So, you know, what are you going to do? Can't win every game. Pretty good one there. Pretty quick one on Bedouins, I suppose. The SY version of the map. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm Killer Beat. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next time. Much love. Bye.